Welcome to the Lechtich Parsha podcast, where we delve into the Torah's timeless wisdom and uncover uplifting and empowering lessons tailored to the challenges of our generation.
A good day, Shavuos, Parshas Naso, Tavshin Pehei. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a wonderful week. This week's share is sponsored by Merrill and Gary Hoffman of Teaneck, New Jersey, in honor of their grandson, Gavriel Simcha Jonah Hoffman's bar mitzvah, which took place in Eretz Yisrael. Mazel tov to the entire mishpacha. As well, sponsored by Reb Levi Steinfeld and mishpacha, in honor of the wedding of their daughter's Har Sinai, which took place this week. Mazel tov to the entire mishpacha. Thank you to our corporate sponsors, the Hassan Zalta Law Firm, T7 Capital, Bluestone Brokerage, and Wolgamuth and Associates. For future dedications to sponsor the Lechtich weekly publication and podcast, please reach out to 845-367-2959. Additionally, as you may or may not have seen, Baruch Hashem, we have multiple series now on Torah Anytime, Pirkei Avos, Musar, Parsha, so be sure to check out the videos over there. So, we are now post Shavuos. We have to figure out the Vayda now, Yudah, right? What's the Vayda? What can we find? So it's very interesting. This week's Parsha, as you may or may not know, discusses the Parsha of Sotah. So what does Sotah have to do with us? Hopefully nothing. But Sotah is a lady who was not faithful to her husband. And every part of the Torah, there's something to take out directly to us. And even from a Sotah, which we're men, and what can we take out? How's it negate to us? So, a few weeks ago, some of you may have kids in this Mendy Ferns baseball league. It's very geschmack. If you didn't sign your kids up, I'm plugging him. Mendy, this is for you. You should sign your kids up for his baseball league. Something incredible happened. So my son is on the team, and every week, all the kids, they run to be number one, to be number one batter. Standard protocol. They get to 2:30, and they run to start fighting. I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm the one. Mendy Fern is a big pikach. He knows how to run a league. So what happens? So he tells the Olam. So they're all screaming, "I want number one. I want number one." Okay. So he picks number one, and he's all excited. Number two, okay, he's also excited. Number three, also good. He gets to number four. He's to break the news to number four. You're number four. And the kid says, "No, I want to be number one." So what does Mendy tell him? He says, "Number four is power hitter." And the kid goes, "Oh." He says, "Yeah." He says, "Okay, fine." He's all happy. New mission. He's charged with a new mission that he's here, number four power hitter, and says if he's number one. He goes on to number five, and he's upset. He says, "Number five?" He says, "Number five, got to sweep everyone in." V'chulu. He gets number 8 and number 9, and each one he has another Torah. And I remember number 8, the kid was like, 8, He said, "No, number 8? He's like, "It's 8 sweep." Again. And the kid's like, 8 sweep? Yeah. And sold. As if he was number 1. After Shavuos, talking about Shavuos before and the different feelings, so we can feel like, okay, very nice. We went through the motions. We stayed up at night. But like Lamaisa, we're back at it. We're talking about getting back to work, and it can be very hard. And we're on this spiritual high. And Lamaisa, we come crashing down, like right after. It's like, it's like the top of the roller coaster, and straight down until L. But I think we always try to draw smichas in the parshas, juxtapositions. Why is it that Parshas Naso is always the parsha right after Shavuos? It's always like that. It's Shavuos and then Naso. And what's specific? The parsha of Sotah. What's the message behind Sotah? And I think that this is mamash the inyan. When we feel that we're number 4 and number 5 and number 6, number 7, number 8, number 10, we feel that Shavuos came and went, and now okay, heading south, back to work. The summer's coming. The Torah speaks straight to. The Torah anticipates the machshavas of our leiv, the imminent downfall that a lot of us can encounter. And what does the Torah tell us about the Sotah? If she was unfaithful to her husband, to the point that they need kinu and stira, that's almost like a Sotah, that she has to have edim, and there's the whole process, and she drinks the me'im marim, and she can blow up, right? But the Gemara in Sotah Daf Yud Zayin says an astounding bracha, gives an astounding blessing to the Sotah if she passes the test, if she's found to be innocent. What does it say? Zakti Mar in Sotah, Shem Tahirayi, Yula Banim Tzadikim Bali Torah. Okay? So you have a lady, she was unfaithful to her husband, to the point that the husband had to warn her, that they say, "You bad lady, you rotten lady, you come to Bezin with me," and they had to give her the Mei Marim Ma'arim. They chisel out Hashem's name from a Sefer Torah, they have her drink it, and she's going to explode, right? If she's guilty, she's going to explode, if not. And says the Gemara in Sotah, if she's found to be innocent, Yula Bonim tzadikim bali Torah.
she's going to have righteous children, meritorious children, who are Talmidei Chachamim. Can I ask you a simple question? We all daven. We say the Tfilas HaShlah on Rosh Chodesh Sivan, and we Yom Kippur, and the Tfilas HaShlah. There's always segulas that we cry by lich benching. We all want Banim Talmidei Chachamim. We want Tzadikim. That's what we want. That's what we're here for. Midamal, you have a lady who did the most atrocious thing. She was unfaithful to her husband, to the point that they had to be moichik Hashem's name into the waters. And says the Gemara, you want to know who the bracha of Banim Tzadikim and Talmidei Chachamim is going to? Who is it going to? This lady. If she's found to be innocent, after all of the unfaithfulness that she's committed. Havila Banim Tzadikim Bali Torah. So maybe is that the segula? Forget the Tfilas HaShlah. Forget about all that stockas or Meir Balanes. Just have this lady who did the worst possible thing all the way till the limit. She is going to have Banim Tzadikim, Banim Talmidei Chachamim. It's a good kasha? Maskim? Shara kasha. Laser? Yehuda? What's the answer? What's the teretz? What's the yisoid? What I love about these yisoidis is that it's often in the Torah. It's not a joke. It's not made up. It's straight out. Zokt Rebelio Lapian. What is the Torah trying to convey? What is Chazal telling us? Chazal is telling us that a lady who was unfaithful, who took all these negative steps to the point where they had to erase Hashem's name from the Torah, the fact that at the last second, when she could have slipped, that veer was so stark, and she held on, and she said no, and she came out zakai, she came out innocent. The Torah is saying that to such a lady, havilo banim tzadikim banim talmidei chachamim, she's going to merit the greatest of the great. What we all daven for, not to say chalila that that's the way to do it, not to say chalila that this is the lechatchila way to go, but a lady, a person, kvishas hayetzer, kvishas hamidas, who can hold stark in the last second, at the buzzer, make the right choice. Hashem says, I don't want you to feel that you lost everything, and fakir. You're going to be zeichet to the bracha of Banim Tzadikim Balei Torah. What is that for us? That right after Shavuos, we can think we were on this high, and now it's like, okay, jump back into the back seat, and we're just heading south. We're done. We'll wait to the next Yisraelis, to the Klap, and Rosh Chodesh El, Shavuos Mevarchim. But the Torah, right after Shavuos, preempts these machshavas that we can think that we're at the top and we're at the low, and let's just hit it. The Torah says no. Every time there's an nisayon, every time we're presented with a challenge, every time you have an opportunity for aliyah, for growth, for ruchnias, and you come out stronger, you come out better, says Rav Eli Lapian, you're zeichet to this same exact bracha of havila banam talmidei chachamim in that situation, those circumstances, and that's how we're zeichet to gadlus. By realizing that every opportunity, Hashem is looking, Hashem is cheshboning, Hashem is speculating, He's mashkiach on everything. And when we make those choices of strength, those choices of courage, Hashem says, I don't care what happened before. All the mess-ups, all the slips, all the negativity, but that one thing of courage, that one overcoming, kvish hayetzer, Hashem doesn't discount that. And Hashem is going to give that segula, that bracha, says Rav Eli Lapian, of Banim Tzadikim Balei Torah. It's known, the Chafetz Chaim used to say that people, a lot of times this happens. In halacha, you have to have in mind, at least the first bracha of Shemana Esrei. If you don't have in mind, you don't have kavanah, you're not Yitzid the Tefillah. But the Chafetz Chaim used to say, if you blew the entire Tefillah, and you're already all by Moedim, or Simshalom, or even Alekai, wherever it is, he said, don't falazin the ganze Zach. Don't let go of the whole entire thing. Hashem understands, Hashem knows what goes in our minds. And he said, if you can chapa his service at the last second, jump on it. Take that to the bank, and Hashem is willing to provide. Hashem is there, He has bounty, He has endless oitzvus hatayv. And we should never think, we learn from the Parshas Sotah, that she was at the worst moment, and she was zakai at the last moment, and she went through all the unfaithfulness to her husband. Hashem, they choose out Hashem's name. Hashem says, Havi l'banim talmidei chachamim. Just a few rice. I had this machshava during Mincha today. I once heard a Maridik Avar from Rabbi Chaim Dov Stark, the Mashkiach of centers in Eretz Yisrael. We end off the bracha of al tzadikim al chazidim, right? Baruch Hashem, Mishan u'mivtach la tzadikim. Does anybody know what a Mishan u'mivtach la tzadikim is? What's a Mishan? A Mishan is a cane. It's a support. So the question is, why does Hashem have to support Mishan u'mivtach la tzadikim? If anything, it should be the Beininim, it should be the Shlechta mentioned, the people that aren't the big Talmidei. But the Tzaddikim, why do they need the mission? Why do they need Hashem to be their leaning post? If they're so great, if they're Tzaddikim, if they're so righteous, if they're such Talmidei Chachamim, then they don't need the mission, they don't need the extra support. But the answer is the Fakir. That Tzaddikim, the level of Tzaddikim, when we capitalize on these moments, and we are at the brink, we can't tap into the tzidkus. But we think, Hashem doesn't care, Hashem gave up on me. And the act of tzidkus is mamish right there. Hashem said, we say, Mishan Miftach Tzaddikim, that in those moments where it's so challenging, where we don't realize that we have the opportunity to bring the tzidkus into fruition, we say, Hashem, I'm begging you, I beseech you, let me realize even then, be my Mishan, be my rock, be my stronghold, be my anchor. Let me realize that even then when I feel tumah, when I feel like I'm in a cesspool, like I'm in a sewer, let me realize that tzidkus is right over the line, and I just have to go a little bit weiter, and I could be the tzaddik too. And that's what we ask Hashem, Mishan Miftach Tzaddikim. Because tzidkus can be right there, and we don't realize we can just ask a little bit more. We messed up, we looked, we said, we thought, just keep on going. That's the parsha of Sotah. That's what we take out. Havilo Banim, Bali Torah, it's for all of us in all circumstances. And that's why I think there's many reasons why, again, my Parshas Naso is right after Bamidbar, after Shavuos. But this perhaps is another reason why right after Shavuos we're on this high, and we go so low. We go into the summer and then the Ben Mitzar, and we forget about everything. Hashem says, start off the slate and remember this segula. It's not just for the Sotah, it's for all of us. We can tap into this message, the Gemara in Sotah, Yud Zayin, that even when we mess up, even when we fall down, Sheva Yupol Tzadik V'Kam, the 7 Nephilas aren't b'diavad, it's the Chatchila. Those Nephilas are necessary, they're vital for our growth. With the Nephilas V'Kam, that's how we're going to rise to greatness, we're going to rise to Gedula, rise to Tzidkus. So may Hashem give us the Siyata D'Shmaya, the recognition. This Parsha, it's always a Segula, the Parsha of the time is Ashpaisa there now, so we should have the Atzlacha and the recognition and the mindset to realize that whatever opportunity presents itself, Tzidkus is always a step away. Push a little harder, a little stronger. The past, we can do tshuva, but let's focus on the future. Take that extra step, that extra knack, and in that merit, may we be zeichet to the Gemara's bracha of Havila, Banim, Talmidei Chachamim, Banim Tzaddikim, Banim, Bali Torah. I thank each and every one of you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I wish you a wonderful Shabbos.